It is justice at last for 8-year-old Chikamso Meso, who was murdered 3 years ago for ritual purposes. The two men who carried out the act will now die by hanging. A Rivers State High Court today gave the order after finding them guilty. Correspondent Uche Okoro, who had followed the trial, was at the court today and now reports.
Losing a child is every parent's nightmare, but the death of 8-year-old Chikamso Meso not only devastated her family, it also sent shivers down the spine of everyone who heard about it. She was drugged, sexually abused, killed, and her vital parts harvested for money-making ritual by her uncle and neighbor in his room in Port Harcourt. The defendant, Ifeanyi Chukwu Dike, ran out of luck and was accosted while attempting to dispose of the corpse. Upon interrogation, he made confessional statements implicating a second defendant, Ugochukwu Inwamiro, as the man who contracted him for the job. The third suspect, a dismissed police officer, John Bosco, was later added to the list of defendants after the suspect escaped from custody 24 hours after his arrest. After a month-long manhunt, the prime suspect was later rearrested in Jos, Plateau State. The first two defendants are now to die by hanging, while the former police sergeant accused of criminal negligence is to serve 1 more year in prison. Wife of the second defendant burst into tears and screamed after her husband and father of one was sentenced to death. She insists her husband is innocent.
It was an incident that everybody who had it in this country, particularly in this state, wanted justice immediately. Said, why didn't they kill them for what they did to the young girl? But that is not how the law operates. Today, justice has been done.
The court today has given its judgment, and the judgment of the court at all times remains supreme. It is the wisdom of the courts which has been well condensed, upon which today the court has found its position, which remains the truth.
One, he said, the second defendant did not send him. The court never bothered to look at it. He looked at that, he said he sent him. It is not the law. That where the moment evidence is conflicting, the court ought to reject the totality of the evidence. The court cannot pick one and leave the one that it doesn't like.
To capture this guy, this is fine.
This is the father of late Chikamso in 2017 demanding justice. For him and his family, that justice has now been served. But this is not the end of the matter, as defense counsels have declared their intentions to approach the appeal court to challenge this judgment. Uche Okoro, TVC News, Port Harcourt.